Cody Gakpo is emerging as one of the breakthrough stars at this World Cup. We all felt like it could happen, and it is happening. 3 goals in 3 games. Comes up against USA in the round of 16 on Saturday. Very interested to watch that. What I want to do in this video is a scout report on Gakpo. How would he fit into Manchester United? What are the characteristics of his game that Ten Hag would like? Because we need to replace Ronaldo. That's why we need to spend in January. And I think Cody Gakpo, I really genuinely do, would be a very good signing. So I want to try and explain it in this video. I've already gone through my own opinion on it. Now I want to sort of try and justify it. So make sure you drop a like on the video and you can let me know what you think about Gakpo. Watch the video. If you learn anything, let me know what you think. But Cody Gakpo, as I said, one of the breakout stars at the World Cup so far. And the further the Netherlands go in the competition, the more breakout that would be. But what Man United are looking at Cody Gakpo is like, the concept of replacing Ronaldo is not impossible. You can't replace a man of Ronaldo's stature and the goals that he scored, but you can replace him from a performance perspective because he just was not good enough for Manchester United. Now, a lot of people, the immediate reaction to this in the comments, say, Sam, why are you talking about Cody Gakpo as a Ronaldo replacement? He doesn't even play up front. He plays on the left wing. You look here in his overall positions in his career, 163 appearances on the left wing, only 18 as a centre forward and 20 as a right winger. He is a left winger. That's where he's played at PSV. That's where his growth has come at PSV. It's where all of his goals and assists have come from as well. But I've seen something at the World Cup. We've all seen something at the World Cup that I think is particularly impressive. And basically, Cody Gakpo is playing as the focal point for this Netherlands attack. What I'm going to do now is run through screen grabs of all 3 of the goals that he scored for Netherlands during the World Cup and highlight the important subtleties of them and why I think we've learned something from Cody Gakpo in this World Cup. And let's start with his first goal here. Now, if you look at his starting position, you can see Frenkie de Jong is on the ball down there at the bottom. You've got Cody Gakpo over there, actually on the right wing. Now, what he does here, he makes a fantastic, because he knows full well exactly where Frenkie de Jong is going to swing that ball. Well, we know exactly what happened. The ball gets swung in, but look at that movement. That is superb movement. That's natural movement. That's understanding exactly what de Jong is going to do, and he makes himself available for that opportunity, and he takes advantage of it. That's a really, really difficult finish. That header there on the jump, slightly heading it backwards off the back of a run, which started, 20 yards away over here? It really was a superb goal from Cody Gakpo. Not a criticism of him, but people saying, I'm Sam, he's a left winger, he can't score goals, X, Y, Z. He scored a perfect hat-trick of goals so far at the World Cup, and for me, has shown characteristics that I think Erik Ten Hag would be looking at as a coach, going, there's your natural movement, there's your natural instinct to get into the right position in the box. There's certain fundamentals that I don't think you can particularly teach people. You can't particularly coach people and players. But Gakpo, just with that movement alone, showed me he's got that eye for goal. He does know how to get into the right positions at the right time when he's got the right players around him. And it led to a fantastic finish. And then we look at the second goal here, and it's a totally different type of goal. He's received the ball early on there in the game. What was it? I don't know who they were playing, actually. Can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Receives the ball in this position here. And look, he's got 3 defenders in between him and the box. It's quite a tough position to really receive the ball in there. But one touch. Was it 1 touch? 2 touches? It doesn't really matter. Look at that. He's opened the ball into space there and created that angle. All of a sudden, the defenders are dragged across, and Gakpo has created that space for himself and fired in what was an absolutely fantastic finish. Can't actually see it there. Wrong one. There you go. An absolutely fantastic finish on his left peg. So that's Cody Gakpo scoring a wonderful header in the first game. And in the second game, through a cracking bit of movement, spatial awareness, and a fantastic touch, and a wonderful finish. 2 completely different types of goals created through 2 totally different characteristic sets from a striker. First one with the really good movement into space, predicting the fact that his playmaker in de Jong was going to make that pass and making sure that he was in the right space at the right time. Natural instinct. Second one here, good touch into space, created that space for himself, and a wonderful finish. And then the third goal, honestly, it depends what sort of goals you like your attackers scoring. But you could choose any one of the 3 goals as your favourite goal that Cody Gakpo scored. We move on to the third one here. And look at all of the play. Look at, of course, he's got that space to run into, which is exactly what he exploits. But it's not the easiest thing to do. And he does it extremely well. It's one touch into space there. It's another touch. And look, he's beating timing-wise. He's beating all of these defenders. I don't know what I'm doing with this one. Let's get rid of that. But he's just, by having his head down and having the awareness, boom, boom, into that space. And he takes advantage of that space with what was a really well-placed finish into the right corner. So as I said, you can focus on his headed goal and the movement into space and the finish there. You could focus on his second goal, on the left peg. Probably the best finish of the 3. Is it the best goal of the 3? That's kind of down to your own interpretation and opinion. That's the wrong one. Because that goal there on the right foot was also cracking. And they are, for me, 3 different types of goals that we've seen from him. Not least for the fact that they were literally 3 different types of goals. Head foot, header, left foot, right foot. And a sort of a criticism, I suppose, of his game. Or not a criticism. A concern that any United fan had about Cody Gakpo is that, Sam, we don't need a left winger. Like, Cody Gakpo is just going to be like a Marcus Rashford type player. Someone who can score goals, but ultimately wants to play out on the left wing. And I think we've seen at the World Cup with the Netherlands that he is far more than capable of operating and playing as the focal point, as somebody who does operate more centrally. Now, actually, if you're looking at how he's played when Memphis Depay's come on, he's actually kind of shifted out to the right wing. And if you look at how that first goal came around, look at his starting position. His starting position, as I showed you first time around, where's that there? His starting position is over here. Cody Gakpo, clearly, I think we can determine, has got great awareness if he's on the left wing, if he's in the middle, or he's on the right wing. And that's kind of a natural, not a striker, but a natural attacking instinct that he has. And I just look at him and I look at what he's done at PSV. And look at PSV as well, man. Like, he has contributed to so many goals this season. It's outrageous. And he does have a lot to his game. He can dribble past players when needed. He's got the ball work he's got the footwork, with the ball at his feet. He can, when necessary, ping in the finish. We've seen that with the second goal. We've seen that with the third goal. And we've seen that with PSV as well. I think I'm just really impressed at this World Cup. Because, look, there's no doubt that Manchester United need to replace Ronaldo. I don't think I've spoken about that at the start of the video. In terms of actually replacing Ronaldo in name, it's impossible to replace a player of that stature. But it's not impossible to replace him inside that team at all. And Erik Ten Hag, I think if you look at Tyrell Malacia and why he brought him in and the profile that he had, that's for me why I think I look at Cody Gakpo and I think, you know what? I could really see it working. I can understand the profile of that signing. Because if we take a quick rewind to the preseason, right? And why we all got so excited about watching this United team. We had a fluid front 3 of Sancho, Martial and Rashford. Pressing on the left, pressing on the right, pressing through the middle. Martial, I think on his first game, in the first goal, he actually won it on the right wing. Kind of chopping and changing and interlinking. And it worked. And I've told you what my gut instinct is, what Ten Hag is trying to get towards is more like a Salah, Mane and a Firmino type setup than a Haaland, Foden and Grealish setup. I don't feel like he's going in the market for a pure focal point up front. Now, Cody Gakpo has shown with the Netherlands that he can be a bit of a focal point, but he also, as he's shown with the goals, he can drift to the left, he can drift to the right as well. He's comfortable across all 3 positions, and he has awareness of what to do inside those positions. I just think he's got natural characteristics. I hope I've shown some of those in this scouting video to try and, I suppose, this is Gakpo propaganda, if you want to call it that. I highlighted him as an attacker that we should be watching at the World Cup. It wasn't particularly difficult to do that because we'd already gone on for him in the summer. But the World Cup has made his stock rise even further. Certainly with me, he's shown he's far more rounded and capable of playing centrally than I thought he was, and capable of playing as the focal point as I thought he was, more capable, and I'm just really impressed by him. And that's why that's why I've done this video. That's why I've spoken about it. That's why I did a video on him earlier in the week as well. And Rude, you're on the wall there. Let him, come on, make it happen. But you can let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think about Cody Gakpo? What do you think about all the points I've discussed in this video? The natural the natural things I'm seeing in his game that a coach like Ten Hag would look at and go, you know what? I think I could coach that lad into being a top-class player. It's the reason we signed Malacia, and I think he was right with the profile. And I think he'll be looking at Cody Gakpo and having the same thoughts. It's what I think as well. You can let me know in the comments below what you think. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Look at it. We've got the giveaway presents under the Christmas tree. December is fully underway. Oh, and by the way, if anybody from the rest of the world wants to order any merchandise in time for Christmas, you've only got 2 days left for guaranteed delivery. So by the 4th of December, that's the last day. So everybody who supported with the merch so far, you're making stuff like this big Christmas giveaway happen. So big up to all of you. But let me know what you think about Cody Gakpo. I'm very interested to know whether you think from a scouting perspective, he really would fit in at Manchester United.